Good morning, this is David, and I'm sitting out here with some of my toolboxes, and I'd like to share with you some of the ways that I organize tools to make it possible for me to spend my time doing the repair, not looking for the tool. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for subscribing to my channel, and those of you out there who use this, you're the reason I make them, and I've been encouraged by some of the responses that I've gotten, so I'm going to continue to make good videos. Thanks again for watching. One of the methods that I like to use is to layer the tools in a box like this. And what I do is I cut a piece of pegboard out and set the tools on it, arranging them with some little hardware here. It's 832 nuts and machine screws and bolts. And basically just set the tools in here. When I do this in layers. I've got them numbered. This is a 3/8 inch drive toolbox, all 3/8 inch. And again, you know, I've got 5 layers in here. They're all numbered. It's simple materials. Works pretty well. I've been using these boxes for several years. And I can add to it. And this tool, for example, I added recently for a job that I was doing. That's one way to do it. This is a box that I made several years ago, and I actually have a video series. If you look for it under tool organization, you'll find it. This is just a mixed bag of tools that I've set up on stands. I'm not going to get into much detail because there are some videos on this. Now one problem I had was I had a box of automotive related tools. It was just a loose box, and I found myself dumping it out all the time, trying to in order to find something that I needed. And I set up a tote. I had this for a year now or so. I took some pictures of what's inside, because this is kind of a complicated little box here compared to some of the other ones I've done. It's actually set up a couple different ways. In the middle here, I've layered the tools and materials, many of which are odd shapes and sizes that are readily suited for organization. But I found that using these pieces of paneling and the machine screws again worked out pretty well. So I've actually 4 layers. Down on the bottom here, I've got some of the heavier tools, like a puller, fork, and some miscellaneous items that I make for jobs, organized that way. While on the sides, I have stands that are set up with peg hooks. Some have peg hooks, some have machine hardware in there. And of course then also there's pictures of them inside the box, left outer, left inner, so that they go back in the same way. Because what you want, number 1, is to be able to find the tools. Number 2 is to be able to make sure they go back where they belong, so that next time you use them, you find them. So, yeah, this was a solution for just a big old box of odd tools that I got sick and tired of digging for. Okay, this is kind of more along the same theme. You could take a tray like this, cut a couple of boards out, and then organize some tools that are a bit outsized maybe for other places. I shadowed these with a Sharpie marker so I could find them. Same kind of thing. And you take them out and set them down. Sometimes you got to dig down a layer or 2 to find what you need. And I have these organized in numbers by the levels. This actually has, I believe, 6 layers in it. It gets to be a little heavy when you have to tote it around, but the bottom, maybe you can see the that I've got socket bars with some specialized type of Torx bits and hex bits, that sort of thing, metric, Allens in the bottom. The stuff that you use least goes in the lower levels, of course. You have to do, you know, a little bit of thinking like that on this can be quite helpful. And I have, you know, just put some twine on here so that you can pick them up. Just some ideas. Thought I'd throw some stuff out there. I use these all the time. So I've got these. There's 2. There's 1. Another thing, they just kind of stand off on the machine hardware that's in there. Also kind of works as standoffs so that you can pile them up like this. I want the tools I want when I want to get a job done, not spending time looking for them. Okay, I'm just going to show you kind of a standard Craftsman toolbox and what I've done here. Again, this is a good way to organize tools that don't lend themselves readily to organizing. You know, a rivet gun in here, wrenches, there's portable butane soldering tool. Again, this is just pegboard, cut to size, set in here, set them 2 or 3 like this. This is one kind of still in progress. Then here's, again, same kind of deal. Keep odd tools in their place so you can find them when you need them. Okay, I'm going to close up with a look at how I handle some consumables here. And hey, this looks familiar, doesn't it? And what I've done here is put these stands up. You know, and I've got my various tubes of consumables that are used in automotive work. Brake caliper grease. I just prefer this to, I know where they are. You know, many a time you wind up buying another tube because you don't know what happened to the other one. You know, the last one or got old. Just keeps them in order. You know, I do this with general stuff too here. You know, there's super glue, epoxy, that kind of thing. Even batteries. Anything like that. That's kind of, it's sort of like a vertical organized drawer in a way. So that concludes my sharing some of my ideas on organizing tools and materials. Hope you've enjoyed the video and got something out of it. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate you continuing to have a look at some of my videos. Bye now.